best batter, but he showed against India. Obviously, it was for a losing cause, but 83 against India. He has scored big runs against South Africa in the past. So once again, he will be key.
Yeah, he will be key, and along with Rachin Ravindra and Tom Latham, they form the core stone of their batting lineup, and they also have an X factor, Glenn Phillips. How can we not talk about him? He will help you with the bat, he will help you with the bowl, and will definitely take stunners. Of course, we have seen that catch that he took of Virat Kohli.
He has 2 catches of the tournament.
Yeah,
I think both the award of catch of the tournament will be given to Glenn Phillips. The only question is for which catch.
Exactly. Virat Kohli was actually stunned when he tried to play that shot, and Glenn Phillips switched on his boosters and was in the air, airborne, and clinched it with one hand. Even, in fact, Ravindra Jadeja was telling Virat Kohli that how he took that catch when they were in the stand. So I think a lot depends on the fielding as well, because as I've said earlier, New Zealand have the most economical bowlers. They have bowled the most number of dot balls in the matches that are played in Pakistan. So they will try, chasing. They're batting first, and they will try to, put on a big score, and then their bowlers will try and contain South Africa.
Well, absolutely. You spoke about the batters of New Zealand. I think both teams are very equally balanced. You have big hitters. South Africa has big hitters like Klaasen, David Miller. New Zealand have the likes of Glenn Phillips. Of course, Kane Williamson, you don't see him as a big hitter, but when he needs to, he can accelerate at will. So I think we have a very balanced 11s. Both teams are very balanced, and seriously, they are fighting for that tag of the second best team in the tournament so far. So I think we're once again joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Mallick. Anas, personally, since you're a cricket fan, I want to ask you, what are you looking forward from this match, South Africa versus New Zealand? I want you to answer as a neutral cricket fan.
I think, I would really look forward to a good game of cricket. That is number one. And number two, South Africa letting go of their choker's charge. Yes, they've tried to shed off that charge in the 2023 World Cup. But things haven't been great when it comes to South Africa and getting to the almost at the knockout stages of any ICC tournament. So I think that is something that I would really want to see as a cricket fan, that South Africa do good. Of course, New Zealand has been a better side, Pakistan has been the second home for New Zealand in the past 3 years or so. If you look at it, they've played 8 or 9 matches in Gaddafi Stadium, let alone, of course, not at the newly renovated one. I look forward also to a full house because, as I said, this is a side for those sore eyes for cricket fans who have not been able to witness good game of cricket in Pakistan at large. Lahore is the provincial capital, it is the political capital, and it is also the cricket capital of the country. It's produced some of the greatest cricketing legends here, be ranging from Wasim Akram to Imran Khan to Waqar Yunus and so on. And you've got a range of these legendary cricketers here from this very province itself, the province of Punjab. So we look forward, as a cricket fan, I look forward for 2 things. One, a good game of cricket, and a full house, a full house that backs a good, energetic game of cricket. We saw that happening in the England and Afghanistan game. We saw that happening in other games as well. In fact, there was sort of a mock as well that was being done by the cricket fans when we saw that tweet coming in from Michael Vaughan, where he at the inaugural game, where he said, "Where are the fans?" So both in Karachi and in Lahore, they made a symphony out of it. You'll be very surprised. The fans made a symphony out of it, and they said, and it read, "Well, we are here, here are the fans, here are the fans." And that's how they responded to that critique that there haven't been any fans. As I said, we'd be expecting for more and more fans to show up later in the day, primarily because it's a working day.
Anas, another cricketing question for you. Heads have started to roll over after Pakistan's cricket team's dismal show in the tournament. The squad for the New Zealand tour was announced, and have they moved on from Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan in T20s, because they made Salman Agha the captain? There was no Babar Azam, no Mohammad Rizwan. Although surprisingly for me, this was a 50-over tournament, and Babar and Rizwan did not turn up, but they were selected for the ODI. So how do you sum that up? Is it the end of the road for Babar and Rizwan in T20s?
Well, I think, it was high time for change in the Pakistani administration, at least in the cricket team, primarily because there's been a lot of talk and overhyped players being overhyped. I think, I mean, if I were to be brutally honest about it, the fact that Pakistani cricket fans go on to name call Babar Azam and sort of equate him with the greats of Virat Kohli, it's I think it's great disservice to the game itself at large. So I think this was long pending and this was long due. This change was long due. The fact that they have been dropped from the T20 squad, recently the Pakistan Cricket Board hosted a strike force a strike force camp as well, where they allowed young blood to come in and to test their skills and nourish their skills as well. So the fact that they've called in new debutants, or they will be calling on the new debutants in these, or trying these new debutants in the New Zealand series, it goes on to show that they have some trust in the upcoming talent as and when it comes through for this new series. With that being said, the fact that the three that you've just named, they still continue for the 50 over format is because it just goes with the experience that they carry with them. They are senior players as well, and of course a new player, a new debutant versus an experienced player for a 50 over game or red ball cricket as well, the PCB would always go for a much more experienced person, and in that case the reason they have retained Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan when it comes to the 50 over format.
Well, thank you, Anas, for all those updates. Some big statements there from our Pakistan bureau chief about Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. But of course, Anas is a regular cricket watcher and he has in-depth knowledge on cricket, as you saw. Hopefully, Anas, we get to talk cricket more often from you. For now, thank you so much for those insights. Well, Nikhil, it's time for prediction. So what do you think? Who do you think India will face in the final, rather? That is the question.
I think it's going to be a repeat of the T20 World Cup final, India versus South Africa.
Okay. Well, I think that the experience that New Zealand have in Pakistan, I think New Zealand will just about nick it. And obviously, in just, well, 8 hours from now, we will find the answer to that question. Thank you very much, Nikhil, for your insights as always, and obviously a big thanks to Anas. Keep watching Beyond World of Cricket. We will be back for the post-match show when the match is over. Thanks for watching.